Common Sense was written because Rush had wanted to write a pamphlet about independence and thought it would kill his doctor's practice. And so he met Paine, who was at that time just a very young writer who was working at a magazine. Rush believed at this time that if somebody didn't explain the logic of independence to people, they would never get it. Explanatory journalism. Paine would come to Rush's house and show him pages and they would talk about it. There's no indication that Rush rewrote him. I mean, Rush was kind of an activist editor. You know, at the beginning of his career, he edited Common Sense. At the end of his career, he inspired Jefferson to write the Jefferson Bible. Part of what he did was try to get other people to write things. He would always talk to Adams about writing a memoir, talk to Jefferson. You know, he wanted people to do important writing. So he worked with Paine all in the fall of 1775. The drama of this, it's interesting, is he's also falling in love during this time. So we have his love letters during this time. So he's working with Paine, they're writing Common Sense, he's writing love letters to the woman who will be his wife. Common Sense comes out one day in January. 2 days later, Rush is married. And then his whole world changes, then the whole world changes, because within a week or two, Common Sense is everywhere. Rush never takes credit for it at that time, no one did. It was a scandal to have been the writer of Common Sense. People forget that there's a whole separate part of Common Sense, which is really against the crown, against the history of monarchy, against the history of religion, which no one thought should have been in there. And everybody was kind of happy that most people only pay attention to the first part, which was really inspirational about the idea of independence. Rush and Paine were friends for many years after that. They remained friends, but they were politically the opposite, because Paine believed in democracy in an extreme way. He believed there should be one house of legislature controlled completely by the people. So there should be no meritocracy, there should be no professional politicians, there should just be democracy. And Rush and Adams thought this was foolish and that it would never work. And they fought over this over the state constitution. The state constitutions were incredibly powerful. The Pennsylvania Constitution obsessed Rush. It obsessed Paine. It obsessed Adams because he was afraid that when the US Constitution was written, that somebody might think that having one house would be a good thing. Having a weak executive would have a good thing, because Paine wanted a weak executive that could be thrown out easily. He wanted Supreme Court people that could be thrown out easily, so the people could speak. And I think that they felt that he didn't have a real good idea of what would happen if the people only spoke. So that was the basis of their political argument for a long time. The book is Rush, Revolution, Madness, and the Visionary Doctor Who Became a Founding Father. I'm Stephen Freed. Thanks for watching.